Ross. We continue to follow breaking news from Juarez, a fire overnight at a migrant holding facility. That fire started just before 10 o'clock last night. The facility not far from the Stanton Street Bridge. Mexican officials say a total of 39 migrants were killed in the blaze. 29 others were injured and taken to local hospitals. Mexico's Commissioner of National Migration, Francisco Garduño, visiting some of the fire victims at a Juarez hospital earlier today. Some of those victims suffered smoke inhalation and were on oxygen when the commissioner stopped to visit them. And we're hearing more from Mexican authorities about what happened at the migrant center. ABC 7's Heriberto Perez joins us live from Juarez with details. Heriberto.
That's right, Mark. Good afternoon. Last night when I got here, there were different Mexican law enforcement agencies along with rescue teams and the Juarez Fire Department. They didn't confirm anything until this morning, and this is what we know now. It started around 10 p.m. last night, the fire inside of this building. 39 migrants are pronounced dead. Another 29 were injured and were transported to local hospitals. According to multiple reports, 17 are currently in the ICU. This morning, the National Institute of Migration said in a statement that 68 adult migrants were inside of the building Monday night, all from Central and South America. The fire is currently under investigation. The President of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, also spoke in a morning news conference about what happened.
En la puerta del albergue.
President López Obrador says it happened at the shelter's door, but it isn't a shelter. At the detention facility, the migrants put mattresses and set them on fire, but they did not imagine that this was going to cause this terrible misfortune. He is very sad that this happened.
Muy triste que esto.
And we will have more reaction from different Mexican levels of government, plus more details on what happened here last night. That's tonight on ABC 7 at 5, reporting live from Ciudad Juarez. Heriberto Perez, ABC 7.
Heriberto, thank you very much. To Storm Track weather now, our chief meteorologist Doppler Spielman here with the latest on our ABC 7 First Alert. Doppler.
Yeah, the winds have been up. We talked about how they would be stronger on the west side of town. Not quite as bad out at the airport. You could see in Las Cruces, 19 and 26 miles an hour. But the wind's coming at us from an east and southeasterly direction. So it's the west side of town that are seeing those gusts right around 30 and more of the wind chills that we talked about as well. So the wind's going to come down tomorrow. That's the good news, but they're really going to start to crank up once we head into your Thursday and Friday. Here's the temperatures that we're dealing with. It's been cooler behind that front. Temps hanging out in the 60s primarily. Look at the 40s up in Cloudcroft and also in Rio Doce. But we'll talk more about the winds Thursday, even into Friday, the wind chills, because we have that cold front that'll be passing us by once we head into late Thursday, early Friday morning. So that wind on Friday will have a bite to it. It'll make it feel colder, so certainly you're going to want to have your jackets handy as you head out the door on your Friday. But I'll talk more about it coming up in Weather Mark.
All right, Doppler, thanks very much. Also, El Paso Mayor Oscar Leeser releasing a statement this afternoon about the fire in Juarez. The mayor saying, quote, "We were very saddened to learn of the tragedy that unfolded in Ciudad Juarez. We are one region. Juarez is our sister city, and we are family. We extend our deepest condolences to the families of those lost in the fire. I have reached out to Mayor Cruz Perez Cuellar, and our team at this time is communicating with their counterparts to determine in which way we can best be of assistance." Other local leaders reacting to the fire in our sister city. Representative Veronica Escobar tweeting, "Every nation in this hemisphere, from the countries these souls are fleeing to the ones they are seeking asylum in, and all those along the way, has an obligation to work together to preserve human life and dignity." And Bishop Mark Seitz in a statement expressing his condolences to the victims and that he's been in contact with the Bishop of Juarez, adding, quote, "This tragedy underscores the urgency of addressing the complex humanitarian crisis that has continued to unfold unabated in our border community." Now, let's check in with ABC 7's Saul Sainz. He is in Juarez, and he too is following this still developing story of the migrants who were killed in that fire in Juarez. Saul.
Mark, it's a developing story because people died here. Right now, the numbers differ. We're hearing from authorities that say that as many as 39 died. But protesters out here, migrants who have come from all parts of the city to protest and demonstrate, are saying that the number is closer to 40. And right now, what they're doing is that they're trying to get more information. They claim that some of the things that the officials are telling them are not actually accurate. I spoke to one woman, Edelina Medina, who tells me that two of her friends were actually inside the building when it erupted into fire. And she says that it's possible that her friends died. However, they're not getting any answers. Names of the victims have not been released, so she, as well as all these other protesters that you see out here, are waiting for those names to be released. Again, protesters want answers. Coming up on ABC 7 at 5, I'm talking to some of those people who are actually gathering out here, what it is that they're looking for, and why they say that the claims that officials are making aren't that accurate. I'll have that story on ABC 7 at 5. For now, we're live in Ciudad Juarez. Saul Saenz, ABC 7.
Saul, thank you very much.